Hello everybody and welcome back to another video! So in today's video, it is going to be another makeup tutorial, but not just any makeup tutorial. It is going to be a K-pop Korean inspired makeup tutorial! K-pop fans, BTS fans, Big Bang fans, don't come for me, don't come for me. But this look is inspired by various Korean looks as well as some other YouTubers I've been watching that I've been obsessed with lately. And I've been going to this if I want this kind of aesthetic. So this is my go-to rusty inspired look. And I've done this on Instagram before, which by the way, if you're not following me on my Instagram account, then be sure to go and follow me at FlawlessKevin because I post makeup videos on there as well. So this is just a recreation of what I did over there. This video is sponsored by TTDEYE and they sent me these contacts and I'm obsessed with them, y'all. Like, they're super comfortable, I can see clearly, they're prescribed and all that stuff. But the only issue I have is that sometimes it's a little bit fuzzy on like the outer corners. Like I can feel it. I can feel it in my tunnel vision. And it's probably because like the color of the lens is like a little bit overwhelming for like the pupil, I guess you could say. But other than that, they fit comfortably, I can see clearly, and I love them so much, and they're super inexpensive, and they're hooking it up, y'all. They're giving y'all 10% off, so be sure to go in the link in the description down below and use the coupon code FlawlessKevin for 10% off if you want to recreate this look or any other looks. They have so many different colors, and the color that I'm wearing right now is called Polar Lights Blue Gray. They have like crazy red ones, they have like Sharingan Naruto inspired ones, they have white ones, they have natural colored ones like blue and green and all of the above. So yeah, be sure to go and check them out. But yes, without further ado, let's get into the video. Whoosh. So I popped on the contacts and already it like completes the look and I have like no makeup on. But I'm going to be starting off with some primer because you gotta have a smooth, poreless canvas because, you know, those Koreans, they have very nice skin. You know, I didn't really get into K-pop music until it was like a lot of y'all recommending it to me. Like, oh my gosh, Kevin, you should react to some K-pop, react to Big Bang, react to BTS. And like slowly but surely, I became obsessed. Now typically they would wear like BB cream or something very lightweight, or honestly like no foundation at all because their skin is just flawless. But as you can see, I am not so flawless Kevin today. You know, drink up your water, children. And usually they have like a more pale complexion, but I'm going to be taking a foundation that just actually matches my skin tone. I'm a little bit more tan, as you can see, because the summer vacay was lit. I'm just gonna blend that in with my beauty blender, and less is more, children, less is more. What's really funny is that I never thought I would be into this Korean trend or like embracing my Asian heritage, I guess you could say. Like, although I'm not Korean, I'm Vietnamese, which by the way, leave me a comment down below letting me know what ethnicity you are. I want to know. But I just remember when I was in elementary school, I've always wanted, this sounds really like bad and weird, but I've always wanted to be white. When I was in elementary, I would always hang out with the white kids, and sometimes I would like imagine that I had blonde hair and pretended that I had blue eyes and all that stuff. And I feel like a lot of that had to do with like your upbringing, and within Asian families specifically, they like glamorize Western beauty standards and all that stuff. Like, oh, my mother would always say, marry a white guy, you know, they're better off than Asian guys, and it's just so offensive and inaccurate, and because of that I feel like it really shapes our mindset and how we perceive ourselves, and I feel like you should embrace who you are. Now I'm going to be concealing my under eyes and my problem areas because you want that flawless complexion. So I'm taking this ColourPop concealer, and finding the shades was so difficult, y'all. They sent me a couple and I finally found one. My shade is in medium 30. But yeah, back to the story. When I was in high school, I was obsessed with like the idea of being a part of the plastic group from like Mean Girls, if you get that reference. And I always hung around those popular white girls, the sorority type, thinking that, you know, if I hung around them, I would fit in because they were the cool kids in school. And just looking back, it was like, wow, why did I have to force myself into a friend group that not only am I not friends with them to this day, but just to fit in, when honestly I could just have been myself. And throughout my entire high school career, I lived with that mindset of whiteness being greatness, and that isn't the case at all. And I'm not trying to like belittle whiteness and all that stuff. All I'm saying is that you should embrace all of whatever you are, and you shouldn't put one thing on a pedestal just because you've been told that way or been shown that way, that that is the only way to be great. I think there are many ways to be great, you know? And that's what my channel is all about. You know, my channel name is called FlawlessKevin, and what that means is that to be flawless is to be yourself. And I say that at the end of every video, and I hope it like really helps you all understand that, you know what, just because the word flawless means no flaws, I really just think it means embracing all your flaws and actually going against society's standards and showing them your true self. I think that's what makes someone flawless. Now I'm just going to set my face with this Cover FX powder. Now moving on to the eyebrows, I actually ran out of my eyebrow pencil from Anastasia, so I'm actually just going to be using black eyeshadow. But for the eyebrows, you want them to be more straight, short, and thicker. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So I just start by filling it in lightly. And then where my tail would usually end, I would actually just cut it off short and make it more straight at the tip and the bottom. You still want to have a little bit of an arch to add some shape and dimension to your face. So this is what the brow looks like. It looks kind of funny, very cartoon-like without the other one, but I'm just gonna go and do the other one exactly the same, and you'll just see it, you'll just see it. So here are the completed brows. As you can tell, they are more straight, a slight arch, cut off short at the end, and they're thick and full, ready to go. As for eyeshadow, I'm taking this palette from ColourPop, and it says QAF at the front, but trust me, it's called Yes Please. So the palette is Yes Please, and it's honestly perfect for this K-pop look and just Korean inspired makeup looks because it has all these rusty rosy colors as well as yellow, which looks so good on Asian skin tones like yes! So taking my Morphe brush, I'm just going to dip it into this rusty color and then putting that all over my lid. In high school, I was actually a cheerleader because I really wanted to embrace that stereotypical whiteness, I guess you could say. And you know, the cheer team was so fun, like such a great experience, good memories, although I feel like in high school, I was ignoring like a part of myself, which is weird to say. You know, prior to FlawlessKevin, I actually had a YouTube channel where I made AMVs. And if you don't know what AMVs are, they're animated music videos. And I was obsessed with like anime when I was younger. And I would always make these anime videos from like Naruto and Pokemon and all that stuff. And I feel that ever since I started growing up and started realizing, I guess, who had more privilege in society, I kind of ignored and neglected a certain side of myself. As a child, I would draw all the time. Like after school, I remember from elementary school, I would just go home, whip out a piece of printer paper and just draw to my heart's content. I would draw like made up anime characters. I would draw up my own like video game characters. I was obsessed with that stuff. But ever since I entered like high school, especially high school, I brushed all of that under the rug, and I feel like a lot of it also had to do with it growing up as well. But I feel that a majority of the reason why was because, you know, I didn't like that part of myself, I guess you could say. I wanted to, like I said, fit in. And now that I'm 21 and looking back at it, it's kind of sad actually, and it's like, I wonder what my life would have been if I actually embraced my Asian, I guess you could say. What's weird now is that this past summer, I actually got back into anime, and it was actually because of you guys, and you give me so many recommendations and comments saying, oh, you should watch this, especially after I posted my K-pop video. So many of you are part of like this fandom, and it's like so amazing, and I'm so glad that y'all came to me with these recommendations and introduced me to this world that I've been missing out on and that I've been neglecting. So this past summer, I've been watching a lot of anime, and by a lot, just like a couple. I am obsessed with Yuri on Ice. If you know me, I referenced it in a couple of videos and some tweets and all that stuff. I also watched Free. It's like this swimming anime, and it's like sexy boys up in there, like, ah! And then I saw this movie. It was called Your Name, and it touched me like no other. Like, that's what she said. This past summer, my sister and I have been watching so many Studio Ghibli films, and I feel that it's such a interesting art form and a form of entertainment, and it's a great way to like escape this reality, especially so many crazy things going on in this world. I think it's a great way to just, you know, take a break from the real world, and I just love it so much, y'all. Like, I'm just gonna say it, but call me a weeaboo or whatnot, but hunty, you're missing out. So I'm gonna take that same orange rust color and bring it down on my dark circles because you wanna have that allergy look, I guess you could say. I don't know why, you just gonna roll with it, okay? Bring it down. But anyway, in high school, for the longest time, I would always look at people who were interested in anime in like the weirdest ways. I would be like, oh my god, those people are freaks. They're so weird. Like I would not, you know, hang out with them. It's like, I ended up being one of those people. And you know what? Because I got interest in anime and K-pop and all that stuff, I started to realize, and you know, you shouldn't be judging people for their interests, no matter what it is. Because, you know, I think what's great about life is that there's so many different types of people, so many different interests and hobbies that you can learn a lot from one another. And I don't think you should be judging someone for something that they're passionate about, something they love, something that's their hobby, something that they're excited about, especially if it's not harming anyone. So, you know, I feel that it had to do with growing up as well. So because I'm much more mature, I don't really judge anyone anymore, especially now that I also am part of that world. So moving on, I'm just going to be taking some highlight from Becca Champagne Pop and popping that in my inner tear duct. I'm also going to use it to highlight my brow bone. And I'm also going to be putting that on the center of my lids just to make it pop a little bit too. So moving on to blush, I'm going to be taking Max Peaches, and I think this shade is perfect for this rusty look, and you're gonna wanna put it a bit higher than usual, and I guess you could say near the temples, bring it up there. You wanna go a little overboard with this. You wanna have that blushing effect, like full on. Anyway, gonna finish my story. Sorry it's so sporadic and random, but all in all, embrace who you are, all your interests, embrace your hobbies. Don't judge people for their hobbies. Do what you want to do. Don't try to fit in. Be you, boo-boo. All the people that come into your life will accept you for you, and if they don't, screw 'em. Don't conform to society standards. All of the above. So I'm going to be putting a little bit on the bridge of my nose as well, and I've seen one of my favorite YouTubers do this as well, so I'm like, you know what? I'ma do it, boo-boo. I'ma do it. So now I'm going to be bronzing up my face just a little bit, add some color, shape, and dimension, because you know them K-pop boys be looking fine as hell. You know, I'm really glad I made this video and had that talk with y'all, because I feel that I haven't been able to express those feelings to anyone as of lately. And I feel that y'all are my friends. So like, if you ever need someone to talk to, like, comment it down below, slide in my DMs. I reply to literally every single one of you on Instagram. So I got you, boo-boo, just like you got me. Like, y'all the real MVPs. Also gonna wanna snatch that nose. As for highlight, I'm going to be using one from Artist Couture, and this highlight is so wet, y'all. It makes me wet. Like, it's so slippery on your cheekbones. Like, you're just gonna have to see it. Ooh, honey, yes! Oh my goodness, like I cannot, oh my gosh, I am living. This is their Diamond Glow Powder, by the way, if y'all were wondering. Oh, so blinding, like a disco ball. Going in with the brown liner that I stole from my mom, I'm going to be creating some faux freckles and just lightly dot it on my face. And it's okay if one dot's like super dark, because you can just take a brush and just blend it in a little bit. So you just want to concentrate it around the nose area, because I think that's super adorable. So if you have freckles, like, that's so cute. Like, I'm so jealous. But if you don't, then makeup can do the job. Taking the same liner, I'm just going to be lining my waterline, because you want to have that guy liner going on for that K-pop vibe. I'm just going to add a little bit of mascara to define my lashes too. Sorry, I was just looking at myself. And my contact is making me look like a damn chameleon, because this one's like... As for lips, I'm going to be taking this Maybelline Color Whisper, which I have not used in forever. I literally found this in the back of my makeup stash. And I don't even know if they have these anymore, but you want to go for that like lip bitten popsicle kind of vibe, just around the inner part of your lip. You want to look super natural with this, like you've been biting your lip, like you're looking sexy, like exactly like that. So here is the completed K-pop Korean inspired look that I've been doing recently. This is my go-to if I wanted to go for this vibe and aesthetic. I love this look so much. I really think it compliments me. Leave me a comment down below letting me know if this suits me, if you enjoy it, if you would do this, anything else you want to talk about. Like honestly, like this video was just so much fun to film, y'all. I just love sitting down sometimes and just talking with y'all. Although I do love doing my produced videos where I do like some skits and all that stuff, but just sometimes sitting down and just letting out my thoughts and feelings and just talking with y'all, it's so nice. It's so nice. Alrighty everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, like this video up. Also leave me a comment down below if you watch anime and if you have any recommendations for me, because your girl, you know, wouldn't mind getting some more from, you know, Crunchyroll and all that. Once again, huge shout out to TTDEYE for working with me on this video. I could have not done it without you, because these contacts are my life. Like, thank you so much. Like, girl, I look like some other person. Like, this is not Flawless Kevin. This is, K-pop Kevin. But yes, I love you all so much. Remember, self-love is so important. Love yourself. Don't change for anyone else. And remember, as always, to be flawless is to be yourself. Bye!